My name is Madyson Coleman. I'm a student at Criswell College, and this is my story. Nope. Let me do it one more time. So when I was young, we did Bible studies around my couch. Of course, I knew the basic stories from when I was a kid, but I didn't understand them in the way that they're meant to be understood. So about 2019 was my first summer camp ever in my life, and I was 17 years old. I was ready to be baptized, but something was just holding me back. Every night, I remember, they had everyone close their eyes, and they said to stand up if you have accepted Jesus and you want to be baptized to the next steps of your faith. I remember every night I wanted to do it so bad. I did, but I stayed glued to my seat. The last day came around, and I was looking at my journal, and I was just praying, and I was like, Lord, I'm just confused about a couple of things. And I wrote them down. And I was like, can I please have the answer to these? We walked in that day to the last session, and one by one, each one of my questions was marked off. They were answered. And the pastor up there, he said, what do you have to lose to gain Jesus? And I sat there and I wrote in big, bold letters, fear. Fear is what I had to lose. Fear is what I had to lose to gain Jesus. And I still have that journal upstairs, and I love to look at it sometimes, and I can just see those rough, bolded words, fear. Because I knew the journey of my faith, it all started at losing the fear that I had. At my church, my youth pastor, my pastor, they kind of suggested Criswell. We decided to go to a preview day. So I stepped in, and the feeling that I felt was just so much relief. We went into the little student lounge area and proceeded to go on a tour, and I just loved it. I loved getting to feel like you would be known. But at the end of the day, I went home and I sat on it for almost 2 years. And I was just comfortable in my life. One day at work, I just was feeling this pressure over me. That's the best way I can describe it. And it wasn't from anybody in particular. It was just this heaviness that I felt in my heart. It kept just hitting me and hitting me. And my dad went on some trip with my pastor, and Criswell was there. And my dad calls me, and he's like, hey, I can't talk very long, but Criswell, I think this is a place that you need to be at. And this sense of curiosity really hit me. It hit me hard. And so I pulled it up on my computer and I started looking into the degree programs and just everything, finances, what it would take to go. And shortly after, I was registered to go to Criswell. So being able to go to our classes, and our professors are Christians and they love Jesus and they're teaching Jesus, was one of the most exciting facts about getting into a classroom again. When it came to what degree program would you like to do, I was like, maybe a teacher. And so during the first semester, I thought about it and prayed about it, and I came to the decision that maybe teaching was just something that I always said that I wanted to do, but I was never thinking about what I was really supposed to do. And with my friends that I had met and what they had to say, just their stories and their lives had come to shape a part of me that I never considered. it turned from, I think I want to do this because that's all I've ever known, into establishing maybe God's plan for me and what all there is to service Him and His kingdom and what He wants in my life. So I did decide to change to Christian ministry, to pursue going to nonprofit organizations and possibly being a children's director in a church. And the path has just been shaped as I've walked through Criswell. So I'm confident that this is where God has planned for me to be. And I am so thankful that Criswell College was able to bring some of the best people that I know into my life. I'm so thankful that the experience of not knowing where I was at to being placed here and the processes in between, and being just so fortunate enough to be able to have a smooth sailing of getting here, and of the financial office and the scholarship that I've been so fortunate to be able to receive. I'm just so thankful for where God has put me in life, and I'm so excited to see what the future has, and I know that God will lead me through, and I can't wait to see what He has for me next.